State the domain and range for the relation, and then determine if the relation is a function. Domain, again, are the x values. For this first set, we would have, going from lowest to highest, -6, -3, 0, 2, 3, and 5. What we have listed are all of the x values for domain. Range is the y values. Our lowest y value is -6. And then we also have -4, +1, +5, +7, and +8. So our range are the numbers -6, -4, 1, 5, 7, and a sloppy 8. To determine whether or not this is a function, we look to see if any of those x values were repeated more than once. And they were not, so yes, this is a function. For our next set, the domain again are the x values. The lowest x value is -6, followed by -3, -2, 0, and +5. Those are all the x values in these ordered pairs of numbers. Range are the y values. The smallest y value in this set is -4, followed by +1, +5, 6, 7, and 8. Those are the y values. Range is y values. To determine if this is a function, we look to see if any of those x values were repeated more than once. -3 is associated with -4, but then -3 is also associated with +8. So that causes this not to be a function, because this x value was repeated and the y value was not the same. In this next example, our x values for domain start at -6, -3, 0, +2, and +5. So our x values are how we determine the domain. The y values are how we determine the range. So as you can see here, our y values go from -6, -4, +1, and +7. So all of those are the ranges. To determine if this is a function, we need to see only if the x values were repeated. As you can see here, -3 is an x value that is repeated. But both times I state -3, I give you the same y value. So therefore, this is a function. As long as your x value has a unique y, meaning it doesn't have two different y's, it just has that one y value. Now if you notice in the range we have 7 repeated twice, but that doesn't determine whether or not it's a function. In our last example, our domain are these x values from -3, 0, 2, 3, and 5, and the range are the y values, and the only one y value we have is 1. So to determine if this is a function, we look to see if any of the y values were To determine if it is a function, the domain values must have a unique range. The y value must be unique to each one of these. And since in our original statement, none of the x values were repeated, they were all unique numbers to begin with, this is a function.